Hey everyone, and welcome to AI Agents Unlocked series. We're bringing you short, sharp sessions with leading experts who'll share practical insights, real world examples, and fresh perspectives on what's next for automation and human AI collaboration. We'll be looking at everything from unleashing the power of AI agents to scaling them responsibly, and even exploring how we can build trust and ethics into their design. Let's dive in.
Welcome to the first episode in this series, the AI Agent series, with me, your host Keshavan, and I'm going to be talking about unleashing the power of AI agents and representing a new era of automation. So, if you see AI agents, it's a really recent topic, right? I think 2023 and 2024 were some of the times where we started seeing the first agents that could take on a business task and deliver some sort of a result. Maybe it is good, maybe it's not good. But then, if you do see agents in a broad definition, it has been around since the 90s, right? In the 90s, there used to be scripts that would perform a certain task. We just write a script and it, based on a set of rules and some conditions and constraints, and it would perform the task. And this was the case back in the 90s and the 2000s. And then we started to see some of the workflow automation tasks, scripts that are coming up, and it was doing some of the tasks again, right? But ever since the first chatbots came up that are based on the transformer models, that are based on the latest transformer models that we see, like the GPTs and the like the other transformers. The first transformer, like one of the first was BERT, which was Google's transformer. We started to see some more of intelligence and understanding in terms of what we converse with in a chatbot. But chatbots, as such, have been available to us ever since the 2010, 2015, where it would be, again, rules based, and it would sort of like ask us a few questions, and you click on a button, and it would just give the predefined preset list. It would take the answer from a predefined set of answers. And ChatGPT got released in late of 2022, and then we started to see more of broad tasks being disintegrated, and this gave us the rise to the AI agents, which could perform a specific task, which could decompose the task and perform and execute a plan, and it would either run rules-based scripts or make API calls, or just perform the task based on its own existing knowledge. And this marks a really big shift in automation. Like I said, early chatbots, they could do some tasks, right? Like maybe make a call, uh, maybe transfer you to an agent, a human that would answer your specific question, or would maybe perform certain calculations or call a few different APIs. But then it was very deterministic. But AI agents could now understand a person's broad query and decompose it and break it down into set of actionable steps. And each of these steps would now be run by those scripts that we were traditionally used to writing. So this makes AI agents more goal driven and autonomous compared to traditional rules based scripts. And why are we talking about AI agents, right? Ever since the transformer models and the rise of ChatGPT and other tools, there have been a lot of these tools that are now capable of doing much more than we used to, right? And it's also about the API economy, wherein we consume APIs more frequently, more often, and then there's also tons of data available right now. And also, like, from the traditional chatbot perspective, there is a rise in the demand for personalization, right? Earlier, chatbots used to just give us answers based on scripts, which are not really personalized to the user. But then LLMs could now understand your query and give you more of a personalized answer. And then, with regards to the speed and the cost efficiency, every few months, as the new model gets released, the new state of the art model, the cost for the previous models reduces. And this is largely possible due to a lot of investment in this AI space. And like everyone, including venture capitalists and investors, are investing more into the AI ecosystem. And speaking of the ecosystem itself, there's more talent, and there are a lot more tools available right now compared to ever. So it's certainly the best time to start building AI agents and start using AI agents as such. So the AI agent itself sort of marks a transformation from a regular chatbot to something that's more uh, personalized, something that can have the ability to think and understand your question and answer, right? So, what is really an AI agent? An AI agent is a system that perceives its environment, understands what inputs it has available, and then plans a set of actions that solve the user's question and acts on each of those tasks to achieve the specific goals. And then finally, it also learns the outcome um, over and over to improve and get better. So, this is, if you visualize, it looks more of a cycle, wherein the first step would be to perceive, right? A perceive means gathering data from the environment, which could be from sensors, which could be from just like broad based API calls. And then the next set of steps would the next step would be to plan and make a list of tasks that the AI agent needs to do in order to answer the user's question. So planning is another step, and then we need to act on each of these steps and then learn from the feedback. So this is sort of how an AI agent could be visualized, right? And then we break down the AI agent itself. Like I did mention before, the input layer or the perception layer could come from APIs, could come from data feeds, could come from user queries, could come from sensors, and so on, right? And then there's a reasoning layer that actually reasons and understands the user's question, breaks the question down, decomposes it using a variety of different methodologies like the uh, decision trees, tree of thought, chain of thought approaches, and then um, gives a plan, right? A plan which it could take action upon. And taking the action itself involves making more API calls, making more tool calls, then um finally trying to gather the information and give it back to the user. So the traditional automation, if you see, was based on predefined scripts. And now AI agent is more adaptive and can take decisions on its own, which also means a static workflow is more dynamic now. And there are directed acyclic graphs, which is basically a concept where how an AI agent things could be visualized in term of a graph. And then traditional automation had no context awareness, meaning it wouldn't really understand the user's question, but just give the answer what it knows best. But then an AI agent is more context aware, and it knows what the user is asking, and then can like sort of orient its plan or thought process to achieving its goal, which is basically answering the user's question best. And this the AI agents not just like a theoretical concept, but it's being adopted in every single space. It's used in customer service, which allows the agents to not only answer the user's question but also like solve the problem and make those raise a ticket or transfer to a human. And then in finance, it is used to monitor portfolios and make automatic trades. And then in supply chain, it would like get in, say, sort of the live users traffic, the workloads, and a lot of different parameters, and then perform a dynamic rerouting. And in healthcare, it's used in patient monitoring and assistance. It's used in automatically filling out those EHR forms, which are electronic health records, um, like transcribing a conversation between a doctor and a patient and sort of taking down the notes. And then from the notes, it would sort of identify and diagnose what the patient potentially has in a very basic level at this stage. And then also provide the assistance that they require when a doctor is not available. Um, AI agents are not just like performing a single task, but then they have like multiple tasks that they could perform, and they could do this more so parallelly. So the compound tasks are like multi-step workflows, multiple graphs, as you can imagine. And then collaboration involves multiple agents collaborating and passing tasks between each other. And they do this via a communication protocol, agent communication protocol, or ACP, or the ADOA protocol, which involves the agent to agent communication, right? And this means a large task could now be broken down into uh, more specific tasks for each agent, and each of these agents would collaborate and work together in order to solve the problem. And in support, the use case, the customer service and e-commerce support, an AI agent could reduce the number of escalations to the human by like 60% and improve the resolution speed for each of the users complaint or the question, right? And give the appropriate support that they need. And this is done through task chaining and collaboration between agents and tool calls and APIs. So yeah, so like AI agents represent a new era in automation. They're more dynamic, adaptive, and goal-driven compared to a static traditional script-based approach, and they amplify what we are capable of, right? uh, and what we're not capable of as well, right? Sometimes some of the tasks are too repetitive for humans to be involved in, like customer support. And for specifically for these sort of repetitive tasks, it is like best that the AI agent could perform it much more uh, robust in a scalable fashion. And in our next episode, we are going to be talking about how AI agents can harness real time data and take in the input of real time data streams to make decisions that are much smarter and much faster when compared to static data that they already have access to. So, our next episode is going to be exciting as well. And see you again. Thank you.